Tri-Tip Rub that I submitted was Cajun Tri-Tip Rub, and it can either be used dry or wet. I usually use it dry at home, and then we sell it through our retail store here as well, and we'll marinate our tri-tips in that in more of a wet marinade as well. So it's up to the consumer at home whether they want to do it dry or wet. I'm at home, I'll do it dry, so we'll mix up all of our ingredients, usually a couple hours before I plan to barbecue it. Rub it all over the outside, wrap it up either cellophane or foil, and put it back in the fridge for 2 or 3 hours. And then once it's time to barbecue, slap it on the grill. If you're cooking on charcoal, do direct heat for the first 5 or 10 minutes per side. Try not to let it burn, but you want to get it seared and let those juices really get locked in there. So 5 or 10 minutes per side, and then move it off of the direct heat and then cook it. For me, I prefer an internal temperature of about 120 to 125 because I like my meat medium rare. And the thing to remember is if you take a piece of meat and you cook it up to say 120, 125 degrees, once you take it off of that grill or that heating source, the temperature is going to coast up another 5 to usually 10 degrees. You want to make sure that if you're shooting for 130 degrees internal temperature, you're going to want to pull it off at 120. That way it doesn't overcook and turn into shoe leather. So it's very important. And I always use a thermometer. I know a lot of people like to poke it and feel it and think they can tell that way, but it's always good to use a thermometer, and that way you know exactly what temperature it is. If you ever need to calibrate your thermometer, just put it in a glass of ice and ice water, a little bit of water at the bottom, and you want that right at about 32 degrees. And that way you know your thermometer is right on the dot there as far as getting your temperature and your meat cooked exactly how you like it.